Hello there, welcome. You are tuned on to TV1 Pentathlon Season 2. Pentathlon. Well, today is going to be a decider itself from the start up until the end. We say that because we are now getting closer and closer to the grand finale of TV1 Pentathlon Season 2. Already, the top two spots have been secured by two leading schools in the island, which is DS Nagar College, Colombo and Devi Balika Vidyalaya, Colombo. Who will be the next school to be in the finals? We are here to tell and find out who that school is going to be. So without much further ado, Trishma, let's start off with...
Yes, we have two contenders today. So we will start off by introducing to you the first of our schools. We have with us all the way from Kandy, Girls High School.
While the girls from Kandy walk up the stage, we need to find out who the opponents are going to be. All the way from Colombo, let's put our hands together for Visakha Vidyalaya. Well, we got both schools on stage, that is Visakha Vidyalaya and Girls High School Kandy. Well, I'm sure the preparation must have been immense because it is a tough competition to secure the third spot in the grand finale. Before we find out how the preparation has been from both of the captains, we need to introduce to you our judge for this match, who is none other than KGC Maheshika, the Assistant Director of Education, National Schools Branch, Ministry of Education. Well, Trishma, would you like to ask how the preparation has been?
Yes, let's start off with the Kandy School, Girls High School. We have met me, the captain. This is a very crucial match for you. How do you all feel?
A little bit anxious, of course, but we hope to do our best here as well.
All right, you were last year's finalist, last year's grand winner, in fact, so we wish you the best.
Thank you.
Well, with the hopes of continuing in winning the title this year as well, we are here in the hunt for the third spot. Girls from Visakha Vidyalaya. Isumi, I'm sure you have something different to say. How has the preparation been?
I think it will be a challenging match, so we'll see.
Are the girls from Kandy a challenge to the girls from Visakha Vidyalaya?
We'll see, yeah.
You think they're powerful?
Yes, so we hope the
Sometimes
best
silence is supposed to be taken as an answer as yes. No.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll wait and see what happens. We're all waiting and watching what is about to happen. So before that, we need to start off things with the toss, and I would like to invite our judge to please assist us with the tossing of the coin and both captains from both schools to join us for the toss. Well, we got both captains on stage, ready to find out who will be going in first in each and every round. Shall we do something different today? Would you like to decide which school will be going with? No, you can't do that. We can't do that. That's how the rule works out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are you going to decide?
No.
TV1. You have to. I'm asking you to. TV1
I would
or
like to
Pentathlon?
give them a chance to decide. But
They're giving you a chance to decide, okay? Take the chance. TV1 or Pentathlon?
TV1.
TV1 it is. Okay, let's see what happens. It is Pentathlon, which means favoring side of Visakha Vidyalaya. Will you be going in first?
we are going to go second.
You're going to go second, which means you will have to follow the girls from Kandy. Okay, that's how the game is set. Let's start off by the girls from Visakha Vidyalaya have won the toss. However, they decided that the girls from Kandy, that is Girls High School Kandy, lead in each and every round, giving them the chance to follow and play that way. Well, that's how things have come to an agreement. So, without much further ado, let's start off with our very first round in the hunt for the third spot for the grand finale. We call this round Balance.
Your quiz. In our first round, each of our teams gets to send forward 3 core players. They then have a challenge to answer a series of questions within a span of 30 seconds, all of which they have to do while balancing a table tennis ball on a table tennis bat. Each correct answer gives them 5 points, And if the team is able to collectively answer 10 questions or more, they get a bonus of 10 points.
Those are the rules and regulations of round one. Let's start off with Meet Me from Girls High School Kandy, who are your three co-players.
Achara, Sajini and Nuha.
Who's coming in first?
Achara is.
Let's put our hands together for her. Here we go, you've got 30 seconds and your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
A group of rhinos is called what?
Crash.
Correct. What is the most livable city in 2018?
Melbourne,
Wrong, Vienna. Which element is known as yellow cake?
sulfur,
Wrong, uranium. Which bowler has taken the most wickets in Cricket World Cups?
Wasim Akram,
Wrong, Glenn McGrath. Name the world's largest passenger airliner.
Qantas,
Wrong, Airbus A380. Your questions are up.
Let's move on to Visakha Vidyalaya and ask Isumi, who are your three co-players.
it will be me, Nelushi and Diniti.
And who's coming in first?
I'm gonna come.
Let's put our hands together. The time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
A female bear is called what?
Pass.
It's soap. Which element is known as quicksilver?
Hydrogen,
Wrong, mercury. Which country lies entirely within the Pyrenees mountain?
Spain,
Wrong, Andorra. Name the first James Bond film.
Dr. No,
Correct. Who scored the most runs in an innings in a World Cup match?
Sachin Tendulkar,
Wrong, Martin Guptill. Questions are up.
Let's invite the next player from Girls High School Kandy.
Sajini.
Let's put our hands together. 30 seconds on the clock and your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
A group of lemurs is called what?
Pass.
It's conspiracy. Who composed the opera La Traviata?
Beethoven.
Wrong, Verdi. Black Forest is located in which country?
Russia.
Wrong, Germany. Who has taken the most catches as a fielder in Test cricket?
Kumar Sangakkar.
Wrong, Rahul Dravid. In which year was the first MS Windows version introduced?
Pass.
It's 1985. Your questions are up.
Once again to Visakha Vidyalaya.
Nelushi is coming.
Let's put our hands together. 3, 2, 1, go.
A female cat is called what? Correct. Who has the most Oscar nominations for Best Director?
John Ford,
Wrong, William Wyler. How many Test cricket playing nations are there in the world?
12,
Correct. Which Scottish queen was executed in 1587?
Mary the First,
Correct. What is the code name for the latest Android OS version?
DOC,
Wrong, it's Pi. Your questions are up.
We'll move on to the next player from Girls High School Kandy.
Nuha.
Let's put our hands together. 3, 2, 1, go.
A group of leopards is called what?
Pass.
It's Leap. Michael Jackson was a member of which musical band?
Jackson 5,
Correct. Who was the ruler of the Huns from 434 until his death in March 453? The answer is Attila the Hun. Danube River empties into which sea?
Mediterranean,
Wrong, Black Sea. Tennis star Juan Martin del Potro is the native of which country?
Spain,
Wrong, Argentina. Your questions are up.
Well, it's time for the final player of Visakha Vidyalaya.
Diniti is gonna come.
Diniti, come forward. 3, 2, 1, go.
A male crocodile is called what?
Pass.
Bull. New York City is divided into how many boroughs?
2.
Wrong, 5. Nick Carter is the lead singer of which pop band?
Pass.
Backstreet Boys. What is the second trillion-dollar company of the world?
Amazon.
Correct. Tennis star Stan Wawrinka is a native of which country?
UK.
Wrong, Switzerland. Your questions are up.
Well, with that, we come to an end of round one. We also need to find out what the scores look like. So we'll take a short breather and be right back with the scores and much more excitement. Keep it locked, keep it tuned. This is TV1 Pentathlon
Season 2. Hello and welcome to TV1 Pentathlon Season 2. We are in our final round before the grand finale, because this is where we will be choosing the third spot player for the finale round of TV1 Pentathlon. Now, we do have two very talented girls' schools in the house today. We have Girls High School Kandy playing against, of course, Visakha Vidyalaya Colombo, and we now have the results at the end of round one. Let's find out how the schools have fared. We see that Girls High School Kandy at the end of round one have scored themselves 10 points. And meanwhile, Visakha Vidyalaya Colombo at the end of round one have scored themselves 25 points.
Well, not the very best scores coming out from either of the schools, because remember, it is the hunt for the third spot. So up the game, because the next round is called the second round, and we call it Express.
To impress. In our second round, each of the schools gets to pick a story lead, which they then have to develop and present before our judge. They have to show us the best of their creativity, acting and presentation skills in order to impress our judge, who will be providing them with scores in this round. So without further ado, let's go over to Girls High School Kandy and find out the topic that they choose for themselves. Once there was a poor boy who made a living by selling various objects from door to door. This was the way he earned money to pay for his school. And then...
I'm so tired. But no, I must not give up. This is for my education and my future. Ding dong. Hello. Hello, miss. Would you like some... Are you okay? Wait, I'll get some water.
Oh my goodness, Mrs. Johnson, do you know what your granddaughter is doing right now?
No.
She's talking to some filth on the streets. Come, in front of your doorstep. This red...
Girl, what do you think you're doing? I'm helping this poor
Why
boy.
would you help that?
Because he fainted?
We cannot associate people like this. We are from noble families. You cannot. Have I made myself clear?
But no, Grandma, look at him. You cannot do this.
Whoa, what's all this chaos? Mom, what's wrong?
She was talking to this boy who came from the streets.
Look at him. He looks tired and he looks like he's almost exhausted, and she has done a good thing. My daughter has helped him.
Exactly, Father. That's what I told Grandma. We should not choose who we help from, whether they're rich or poor. Just think about it. He did not choose to be rich or poor. We should not think about the race or the color, because we are all humans.
And Mrs. Pansy, I think I have a tiny advice for you too. You should stop gossiping, you know.
Well, that was the act put up by the girls from Girls High School Kandy. Well, we won't tell anything about the act because we have a panel to decide how the scores look like. With that, let's move on to the girls from Visakha Vidyalaya and find out what they picked for themselves.
Once upon a time, there was a fish named Nicky. He lived in a pond. Nicky used to think a lot and hence was disliked by other fish. He used to think so much, it used to make him fall asleep. And then...
Every night in my dream, I see you, I feel you.
Wait, that didn't match. I will break your arms. What the hell are you doing?
Part.
Sing it.
Hey, our queen called us for a meeting. Are you coming?
That's how I know you.
I think he's not coming. We'll go.
Yeah, let's go.
You will have to pay for one day for your laziness.
Ha ha ha. I'm the most powerful witch on earth. I can turn anyone into anything. Oh God, who is this little ugly guy? I'll teach him a very good lesson. Hey, you chicken. What?
You call me a chicken?
How dare you talk to me like this? I'm the most powerful witch on earth.
Excuse me, my name is Nikki, you know?
Oh,
Nikki.
it's a really nice name. It really suits you. And you just see what I do to you. I'll show my power.
You won't be able to do anything to me.
Oh, really? Let's
Wait
see.
and watch. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, I didn't catch any fish today. Oh, this fish is too heavy. I think this fish has eaten too much. Too lazy fish.
Hello, my fellow fishers. Welcome to the 23rd summit of the Sea of Under the Sea. So, where is that little guy? Nicky or Ricky? I can't remember his name.
He didn't come, Your Highness.
What happened to that talkative guy? I really hate him.
He's lazy. He's too lazy and he didn't come.
Oh, I saw. One man captured his life. I really feel sorry. And I have a very good advice for you. Everyone suffers because of their mouth, and you should think before talking.
Well, a good act put out by the girls of Visakha Vidyalaya. Sumi, very good acting there. Very good. Okay, right. So it's time for us to find out how the results look like for round 2, which is Express to Impress. Let's focus our attention towards our judge.
Here I consider some criteria for giving marks: creativity and acting, language and presentation, time management. Actually, both teams performed well. Girls High School Candy gets 90 marks. Visakha Vidyalaya Colombo also gets 90 marks.
Well, seems like both schools have equally worked off very well in round 2 to get that scoring from our judge today, as we are in the hunt for the 3rd spot, 90-90. Feels good, right? Feels good. Okay, let's now find out what the scores look like at the end of the 2 rounds.
Here we have the scores at the end of round 2. You've heard the judges' verdict, and this is the cumulative score. Girls High School, at the end of round 2, have scored themselves 100 points. And meanwhile, Visakha Vidyalaya Colombo, at the end of round 2, have scored themselves 115 points.
Well, I think it's right about time that we up the game right now, right here, because as we progress, you need to work up really hard to ensure that your school secures that spot in the grand finale. So let's move on to our 3rd round in this match, which we call Word
The Basket. In our 3rd round, each of our teams gets to send forward 3 co-players. They're given a word which has 12 alphabets with several of the letters covered. In order to uncover these letters, they have to successfully net the ball into the basket, and each successful netting will give the team 10 points. If they are then further able to correctly guess the word, that gives them a further 70 points.
Well, there you go. You heard the rules and regulations of round 3, Word the Basket. So let's start off with the girls from Girls High School Candy and find out what number they picked for their school.
Word number 9.
Well, they have picked word number 9, so it's time for us to find out who the 3 co-players are for this round. And I would like to ask you, who are your 3 co-players?
Ayumi, myself, and Sajid.
Okay, so we now know the 3 co-players. Let's find out the word which they selected. Well, we have 2 spaces P, 2 spaces S, a space O, 2 spaces S, and a space at the end. So there you go, that's a word. Who will you be sending in first, and what is that letter you would like unlocked?
The second blank, Ayumi will be girl.
Okay, come forward. Get ready. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that was a successful basket to start the round with. Let's see who's coming in next and what is that blank you would like unlocked.
I'm coming and
What's the blank? What's the blank?
the one between S and O.
Okay, come forward. Let's put our hands together. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that too was a successful basket. Let's see whether the trend continues. Who is coming in next and what is that blank you would like unlocked? What's the blank? Let's make the decisions quick.
The one before the first S. The one before the first S.
Let's put our hands together for her. Well, the third attempt was an unsuccessful attempt. Let's see, what are you going to do now? Are you going to send in additional players?
Yes.
Okay, and who is that going to be and what is the blank you would like unlocked?
Achala will be coming for the one after P.
3, 2, 1, go. Well, 2 unsuccessful attempts. What's going to happen next? Are you sending your next player or are you going to decide what the word is? Are you deciding or are you going to sending your additional player? Let's make the decisions quick.
We will guess the word.
You're going to guess what the word is. Okay, can you tell us what the word is? What's the word?
The word is expressionist.
Sorry?
Expressionist.
Okay, how do you spell it?
EXPRESIONIST.
Expressionist. Sure about it? Okay, let's find out if that is the correct word. Well, that is the incorrect word and no points will be awarded. Well, let's move on to Visakha Vidyalaya and see what they pick for themselves.
Word number 2.
Well, they picked out word number 2 and let's ask Isumi, the captain, who are your 3 co-players?
It's Himashi, Dulmi and Diniti.
We know the 3 co-players. Let's find out what is word number 2. A blank to start off with, T, 2 blanks, another T, 2 blanks, P, 2 blanks R and a blank at the end. Who will you be sending in first and what is the letter you would like unlocked?
Himashi is coming for the blank before T.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Let's put our hands together. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that was not a successful attempt. Moving on to the next player who is coming in and what is that letter she would like to unlock?
Dulmi is coming for the blank after the first T.
Let's put our hands together. 3, 2, 1, go. That was a super basket. Okay, so let's find out the next player. Who is it going to be?
Diniti is coming for the first blank.
Okay, Diniti, here you go. 3, 2, 1, go. It's not a successful netting. Are you going to send in additional players? You're going to guess what the word is.
We are going to guess the word.
You're going to guess the word. You seem to be very confident. What is the word?
The word is stratosphere.
Okay.
Spellings STRATOSPHERE.
Stratosphere. What is that?
A layer in the atmosphere.
It sounded like a poem. What?
It's a layer
Okay, right.
which the atmosphere consists of.
You're confident.
Yeah.
Right. We need to find out whether they will get those points for their school. Let's find out what the word is. Well, stratosphere is the correct word, which means they have points awarded in that round. Well, that's how the round comes to an end. We have 3 rounds down, 2 more to go. We'll have all the excitement on the other side after this break. Stay tuned. This is TV1 Pentathlon Season 2.
Welcome back. You're watching TV1 Pentathlon Season 2, and as we already mentioned, this is the final match before the grand finale, where we get to pick out the final team that will be present on the grand finale stage. We finished 3 rounds and we now have the scores. Let's get started with the scores for Girls High School Kandy. In round 3, they scored themselves 10 points, and that brings their total up to 110 points. Meanwhile, Visakha Vidyalaya Colombo in round 3 scored themselves 80 points, and that brings them to a total now of 195 points.
Well, there seems to be a gap in the points now, which means the girls from Girls High School Kandy have to work their way up in order to create that competitiveness between the 2 schools. And you too, your team also has to do the same to keep growing. With that being said, it's a time to grow and shine on this stage as we progress to the next round, with the 4th round. We call it Target
Your Knowledge. In this round, each of our teams gets to send forward 3 core players, and these players have an opportunity to swing the golf club and hit the golf ball into any one of the holes which correspond to a particular subject. They will then be asked a question based on that subject, and every correct answer will give them 25 points. If they choose to double an answer correctly, that gives them 50 points. But if they choose to double an answer incorrectly, that will result in negative marking.
Well, those are the rules and regulations, but let's find out what these colors represent. On blue, we got sports and games. On green, we got geography. Purple is for literature. And yellow is for art and entertainment. Orange is for history. And red is for science. And of course, we have the white, the prompt, where you could select any of the subjects which I just mentioned. So let's start off with the girls from Girls High School Kandy and ask them who their 3 core players are for this round.
Nuha, myself, and Aimi.
Who's coming in first?
Nuha.
Let's put our hands together. 2, 1, go. First attempt was a fail. The attempt, the next attempt. 3, 2, 1, go. Second was also a missed attempt, the final attempt. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, 2 attempts down. The 3rd attempt was a good one. We call it the trump.
You've got a trump. Would you like to go in for a double?
Yes.
Before that, what's the subject you're choosing?
Literature.
Literature, and you're going in for a double. Let's take a look at your visual. Name this Latin American writer famous for novels such as The House of the Spirits and City of the Beasts, and has been called the world's most widely read Spanish language author. Your options are A. Julia Navarro, B. Rosa Montero, C. Isabel Allende, or D. Ana Maria.
The answer is C. Isabel Allende.
Are you sure about your answer?
Fairly sure.
Okay, because this is a question for a double, and if it's an incorrect answer, there'll be negative marking. You have answered C. Isabel Allende, and that is the correct answer. 50 points.
Well, a wise decision made by the girls to go in for a double, and it perfectly paid off very well for them. Let's see. Visakha Vidyalaya, who are your 3 core players?
It will be me, Himashi, and Nelushi.
And who's coming in first?
Himashi.
Let's put our hands together. 3, 2, 1, go. first attempt missed out. The second attempt. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, the second attempt was purple, and that means it is literature.
You've got literature. Do you want to go in for a double?
No thanks.
Okay, let's take a look at your visual. He was an English writer and poet whose collected works represent an extended reflection upon the dehumanizing effects of modernity and industrialization. Name him. Your options are A. D.H. Lawrence, B. E.E. Cummings, C. W.B. Yeats, or D. E.M. Forster.
Time is
The
ticking.
answer is C.
C. W.B. Yeats. Are you sure about your answer? No. Okay. The correct answer is A. D.H. Lawrence. I'm afraid your answer was incorrect.
Well, that didn't pay off very well for the girls from Visakha Vidyalaya. Let's move on to Kandy Girls High School. Who's coming in next?
I am.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. First attempt missed out. The second attempt. 3, 2, 1, go. Second attempt missed out. The final attempt, the third one. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, 3 attempts missed out, which means it's a disqualification and no points awarded, and the chance to answer has been missed out. Let's move on to Visakha Vidyalaya, who is coming in.
I'm gonna come.
The captain steps forward. Let's put our hands together. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Well, it was white and Trump. Let's see what subject they picked.
That was a trump. What subject do you pick?
Geography.
And do you want to go in for a double?
No thanks.
Okay, let's take a look at your visual. You saw the second tallest waterfall in the world. Name it. Your options are A. Colombo, B. Tugela, C. Boyoma, or D. Ipopa.
The answer is B. Tugela.
B. Tugela, are you sure?
I heard of it, but I'm not sure.
All right. You've answered B. Tugela. That is the correct answer.
Well, there you go. They got it right this time. Let's find out how very well the girls from Kandy capitalize on their final chance in the 4th round.
Amy is gonna.
Come forward. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. A slow ball there. The second attempt in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, you got purple before as well in a trump attempt, which means you have to go in for your final chance. Let's see how well it goes. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, 3 attempts down, and it is a disqualification. It's time to find out how the girls from Visakha Vidyalaya capitalize on their final chance. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, come forward. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Well, you got green before as well, which is geography, and now you have to go with your second attempt with something different. In 3, 2, 1, go. Well, they got orange, which is history.
You got history. Would you like to go in for a double?
No, thanks.
Let's take a look at your visual. Identify this US president who is hailed as the father of the Constitution for his pivotal role in drafting and promoting the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Your options are A. James Monroe, B. James Madison, C. James Buchanan, or D. James K. Polk.
The answer is James Madison.
B. James Madison.
B. James Madison.
B. James Madison. You seem pretty sure. Are you sure about your answer?
Yeah, sure.
All right. B. James Madison is your answer. And that's the correct answer. Let's find out what the scores look like at the end of round 4. We saw that in round 4, girls' high school scored themselves 50 points, and that brings them to a total of 160 points. Meanwhile, Visakha Vidyalaya Colombo in round 4 scored themselves 50 points, and that brings them to a total of 245 points.
The girls from Visakha Vidyalaya have now surpassed 200 mark and going good thus far, but doesn't mean that the girls from Kandy need to lose hope, because we got the 5th and final round as we are in the hunt to select who will be securing the top spot in the grand finale. Let's move on to our final round, which we call the buzzer round.
We're now in the 5th and final round, the buzzer round, and our rules are very simple. We have 10 questions. Each correct answer gives the team 10 points. Let's get started with question number 1. Who won the women's singles title at this year's US Open? Isumi?
Naomi Osaka.
At this year's US Open tennis tournament, the correct answer is Naomi Osaka. Question number 2. Who has scored the most runs for England in Test cricket? Time up. The correct answer is Alistair Cook. Question number 3. Who directed the animated movie Incredible 2 released this year? Time up. The correct answer is Brad Bird. Question number 4. What is the first element to be named after a living person? Nilushi?
Fermium,
That's the incorrect answer. Do we have the correct answer?
Mendelevium,
That's the incorrect answer. The correct answer is Seaborgium. Question number 5. Name the prince who fell in love with his own reflection according to Greek mythology. Time's up. The correct answer is Narcissus. Question number 6. Which country has a forest covering approximately 94% of its surface area? Sajini?
Russia,
Wrong. That's the incorrect answer. Do we have the correct answer? Himashi, sorry.
Bhutan.
That's the incorrect answer. The correct answer is Suriname. We move on to question number 7. Who wrote Tom Jones? Time's up. The correct answer is Henry Fielding. Question number 8. Which American child star later became US Chief of Protocol and US Ambassador to Czechoslovakia? Time's up. The correct answer is Shirley Temple. Question number 9. Who is the current Chancellor of Austria? Isumi?
Alexander Van de Bellen.
That's the incorrect answer. Do we have an answer from here? No. The correct answer is Sebastian Kurz. We move on to the last question. Question number 10. Name the oldest existing and continually operating educational institution or university in the world. Nuha,
Oxford University.
that's the incorrect answer. Diniti,
Cambridge University.
that's the incorrect answer. The correct answer is University of Bologna.
We are in the hunt for the third spot. We'll be right back with the results and much more excitement. Keep it locked because you need to know who will be there as the third place in the grand finale. We'll be right back after this break. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome back. You're watching TV1 Pentathlon Season 2. This is our final match before the grand finale. We are in the hunt for the team that will take the third place on the stage of the finale at TV1 Pentathlon. We have two talented schools here, Visakha Vidyalaya as well as Girls High School from Kandy. And we also do have the final results. But before we tell you who is going right to the finals, let's find out who the pentathlete of the day is. So let's move our attention to our judge and ask her opinion.
Pentathlete of the day goes to Nilushi from Visakha Vidyalaya, Colombo.
So there you go. We have Nilushi from Visakha Vidyalaya, Colombo bagging the title for the very first time as the pentathlete as we are in the hunt for the third spot of the grand finale. Well, it's time for us, without tensing any further, to find out who will make it to the third spot of the grand finale.
In round 5, we had Girls High School scoring themselves minus 10 points, bringing their total to 150 points. Meanwhile, the girls from Visakha Vidyalaya, Colombo, in the 5th round, they unfortunately scored 0 points, but that brings their total to the winning total today, 245 points.
Ismi, do you know what's going to happen now? What's going to happen?
No idea.
So now you will be entering the grand finale of TV1 Pentathlon Season 2, which means you will be competing with two giants in Sri Lanka, which is DS Senanayaka College together with Devi Balika Vidyalaya. Are you ready for the challenge?
Of course.
They are ready for the challenge. Well, with that victory, it's time for us to move in for the presentation. And I would like to invite our judge to please assist us with the distribution. And let's start the presentation.
Let's now recognize and reward the best player of this match. Pentathlete of the day goes to Nilushi from Visakha Vidyalaya, Colombo.
Everything happens for a reason. Girls High School Kandy, to be honest, even Trishma would agree with me, your school was the winner of TV1 Pentathlon Season 1, the very first season of TV1 Pentathlon. You were not able to get there, but today you're leaving not as a losing team, you are a winner as well because you have made it to at least the top 4 and you're competing for the third place, which is itself a victory. So I believe all the commitment by your teachers, all those who came during even odd hours to be with us here, we appreciate all that. Thank you very much. We believe that it was an experience shared on this stage. You were amazing. So it doesn't stop here. There's always something more in the future to come for you. So I think we need to put our hands together for that amazing team for Girls High School Kandy. Please come forward and collect your certificates. Well, it has been an amazing season thus far and amazing talent displayed on this very stage. Today, we'll be bidding farewell to Girls High School Kandy with the expectation of best wishes and all the very success in everything you all do. And also, it is our final day that you'll be seeing us today just like this, because the next time you see us, it will be the grand finale of TV1 Pentathlon Season 2.
Pentathlon.